Hi, my name is Megan and I'm a zookeeper here at Brook Zoo. This week we are featuring our silver foxes, Ginger and Midnight on our virtual field trip. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the New Brunswick government has mandated that we close our doors to the public. However, we are still here every single day to take care of the animals. What does that mean? We decided to bring the zoo to you, and all that we ask is $1 or $2. So please check the video description for easy ways that you can donate today. Who's ready to have some fun? Also, there is a monkey on the loose. I've heard that some people have seen him, so if you could please leave in the comments below how many times you saw him and where you saw him, that would be wonderful and very helpful. So this is Ginger, one of our silver foxes. So what we're working on with her is trust. So we're trying to build trust by feeding close to us, so having everything related to us. As you can see, even just from that third bite, she's already started to take the meat a little bit more gentle. So she does get more used to us the longer we're in here. She sees we're not doing anything to her. These guys, we're working on involving them in our voluntary medical care as well. So foxes are very, very shy naturally. So these girls were rescued from a fur farm. They are around 6 or 7 years old. So we are still really working on building trust with them. They haven't been worked with before, other than just to catch them, to do their medications that they need and stuff like that. However, building trust like this is really important because it can be a lot safer for them in the long run. Come here. It's okay. Okay, I'll move my leg. Is that better? Good girl. So having positive reinforcement like this, really, really good for these girls. They really enjoy having good quality meat, so they're getting some deer backstrap right now, and that's one of their favorite foods. So what you can see Ginger doing right now is actually storing her food. So foxes store a lot of their food in holes on the ground. As you can see in this exhibit, there are all kinds of holes that these girls have dug. In the summertime, the holes are actually obscured by grass. So a lot of grass grows in here. It gets pretty tall for them. They like to hide in it, and they like to store all their food in all these little pockets that they've built in the ground. Ginger, good girl. So the reason that we separate these two in order to work with them is because foxes live, if they are living together, they live in a hierarchy. So a hierarchy can be established as young as 9 weeks, and these two are sisters. So Midnight is actually the dominant out of the two. So we work with them separately just to ensure that both of them get worked with equally. Ginger's a lot more comfortable out here by herself because Midnight's not out here. They are really close and they spend most of their time together, but Midnight is the dominant, and that means that she's going to eat until she doesn't want anything anymore, and then Ginger will be able to take food. By separating them, we allow Ginger a chance to get her fill and her training as well. And because of that hierarchy, it really plays into their behavior overall. So Ginger is a lot less skittish than Midnight is, so she is a lot more willing to come over to us. She takes food a lot more gently than Midnight does, and that's just because Midnight's dominant, and so she has a more dominant personality. So you can see right now she's actually got some dirt on her nose, because she did just store that meat. So what she's doing is taking it, she puts it in the hole that she's dug up with her paws, and then she buries it with her nose. So she uses it like a little shovel and scoops the dirt down on top of it to keep it hidden. So these guys have really, really good hearing. You can see their ears up on top of their head. Her ears rotate a lot, so she can hear very, very well. And the reason for that is that they live in usually all 4 seasons, so they are able to hunt in the snow, so they can actually hear mice and moles, squirrels, that kind of thing underneath the snow, underneath a layer of snow. So when they do go to hunt them, they jump up really high and come down with their 2 front feet and slam into the snow to break through the crust. So we do use tongs for our safety and for theirs, so these are very easy to sterilize, just to be sure. So these guys have a really, really strong bite pressure, so they actually are able to snap the necks and crunch through bones of animals that they eat. They are omnivores, so their diet is about 50-50 when meat isn't readily available. They do prefer to have meat protein if they can, but they will eat vegetables and fruits and stuff like that. That's part of their diet here. We do use the tongs just to keep our fingers protected, and so that there's an extra level of security for them, so they're not just taking it from our hands. so they know to trust our hands and also trust these tongs. Makes things a little less scary for both of us. Yeah. Thanks for joining us on our virtual field trip. Be sure to tune in tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Atlantic time for another adventure with Ginger and Midnight. Also, make sure that you check the video description for the answers to today's questions. Dang it. Make sure that you check the video description on tomorrow's video for the answers to today's questions.